Hey yo, what up? It's your main man back again. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? Well, actually, I know what I'm doing. Today, I am reviewing a new film or something, or what kind of. I'll explain later. But I brought along with me a special guest here. I'm sorry. What'd you say your name was again? We literally spoke like before we went through with this. Like we know each other. How do you not remember my name? Anyway, I'm here with Penguin or something. How you? Never mind. Never mind. Just introduce this film. Okay, well, as you can clearly see here, this here is our latest review, The Legend of Zelda 2, The Last Airbender. This sounds very fake. Hey. It's not fake, I swear. It's legit. It's completely legit. It's not fake. It's not in the slightest. Look at me. Look into my eyes. Look here. It's not fake. Totally. Believe it, man. Sure. So anyways, back to the film at hand. Okay, some backstory maybe is some in order. So how about you start again? I keep forgetting your name. What is it? We spoke before the start. We know each other. I thought we were friends. My name is Pain Trick. What the freak kind of name is Pain Trick? Okay, never mind. It doesn't matter. It does not matter in the slightest. Okay. So this film we're reviewing here is this here is what you'd consider a masterpiece, correct? Really? You didn't give me a script to work with here, but given my thoughts on this film, I would say it's very flawed. It's a personal favorite of mine, but it's very flawed. You see, like you can see down here. Our main characters, and they're all the same. They're very much the same one. It's just with different colors. Really? So you wouldn't consider this a masterpiece beyond all standards in the slightest, would you? No, not really. It's a good film. It's a good film. It's just not a masterpiece, you see. You're dead to me. So anyways, back to this. This film here, it originally started out as a book or video game, did it not, or something? Well, you see here, it started out as a video game adapted from a book series, and this is and then they adapted it into a movie. This is actually a sequel. Well, believe it or not, this is the fifth entry in the series. You see. What do you mean fifth entry? What came before it? Sonic the Bumhog 3. Oh, god dash it, I knew it! Oh, friggin', oh. Wait, no. It's fine. It's good. It's not like that film. It's actually a good adaptation. The problem is that that film created a lot of continuity plot holes and it cut out a lot of pivotal scenes, so they had to make do with what they had. It's Sonic the Bumhog 3. Yes, quite, I suppose. Let's talk about some positives. The cinematography is good. It's fine cinematography. It is quite fine cinematography, actually. Very nice. The problem is that the aspect ratio gives me a headache. Oh yeah, that part. Okay, come here. So a thing you need to know about this movie is that it was shot by one of the people who worked with Michael Bay's Transformers, and as a result, the cinematography, it keeps shifting aspect ratios. It gave us headaches throughout the entire experience. Getting on to other positives. I sure liked the part where the Gampu or whatever his name is fires a rocket at the castle or something. I don't remember what happened there. Do you? No, I don't think I do. Why don't we talk about the story here? First, let's talk about our main characters. Now, as you can see right here, these are our four main characters. I'll let you guess which one is which. Okay, if you're done guessing, for those of you who didn't know, this one is the fire, this one is the water, this one is the earth. Just guess which this one is. How about you give us an example? Start at the beginning. Where did the story begin? Oh God, the first third. Okay. Let me tell you another thing. The first third of this movie is one of the worst things I'd ever seen. Like if you read the original novel that this is based on, you would see that the first third of the movie, is non-existent and came out of nowhere. It should not have been a thing. Oh God, I have to talk about this. There's like a part in the first third of this film when the main characters encounter a giant stone giant. I know that's redundant, but not perfect at grammar. But they encounter it and they fight it, and it literally it farts on them. It literally farts on them. I can't cover that up. Yeah, that's about as much as I expected here. Yeah. So on to the story thing. I can't quite recall this story. but from what I remember is that they are the element guys, and their job is to make sure things are elements. I don't know. I don't research this stuff. I don't research it. Really? You don't want to at least like pick up like even the book this is based on and just read it? Not even look at the Wikipedia page? No. If my hero Douglas Walker has taught me anything, it's that you should only research. You should only research things when you're afraid that you'll embarrass the audience. Every other time it's perfect not to do any research. I question your logic severely. Back to the story. You see, the story here, the first third of this film, it's bad. It really bad. It involves this subplot involving a villain working for the main villains. His name is United Kingdom, and just he wants to steal the main thing, but the thing they have, you can see right here, the elemental thing, but in order to do that, you need the 3 keys, but he gets a hold of them, but then they encounter him, and it gets scattered aloft, and then the real story begins. What? And then this doesn't need to be here. You could just. In fact, they cut out stuff just to have that first third. There was no reason to do that. You're cutting out important stuff, and there's no reason to do that. Just to add on some stuff that's meaningless to the plot. What? Why? But back to the thing, after you get through the first third, there's really good scenes. There's this one campfire scene at some point, I think 3/4 into the film, which shows really the heart of these characters and how determined they are to fix everything, but just don't know how. It's really beautiful. And there's also a scene of levity right before the climax in which they're going to face their final battle, and they might all die from it, and yet they just goof off and sing songs while traveling up to confront them, and these characters are so likable that they're funny and unique and nice, and it's genuinely good. Yes, I would say it's good myself. But one complaint I'd have to give to the characters is the voice actors, they suck. They suck hard. They're awful. Well, no, I take that back. They're not awful. They're really good and have really good parts in this film that are really nice and heartfelt. and then you get to the parts where they're doing bad comedy and can't act in the slightest, their voice reactions are sort of off. It's sort of like a computer program. Yes, exactly. It doesn't sound correct. It sounds sort of they don't play off each other or something. It's not that good. Well, while we're on this subject still, I thought the scenes with the comedy were not that real good, and okay, this next part is a huge complaint, more from an adaptation perspective than anything else. Why in God's name did you cut out the scene in which it shows them receiving the stopwatch of eternity? That's really important later on in the series, and this film clearly wanted to set up sequels with stuff like its after credits scene, which I don't know if we'll talk about because we don't want to spoil too much of this film. But why? Why? And they also cut out the part which shows the, and also they cut out the part where it showed them, where it showed how they reforged the swords they had, and they get broken at some point. What? No. Why? Yeah. There's quite a bit of continuity gaps in this film at some points. I'm not here to be one of those nitpickers, although I totally would, believe me. But there are points in this film which how do I describe it? Characters tend to disappear, teleport, or just do impossible physics of sorts. I'm not a physics professor, but last time I checked, you can't triple jump in midair off a mining cart. When was that a thing? How did you do that? Why? Yeah. But anyways, so like this film is much better than Sonic the Bumhog 3. Although to be fair, many things are much better than Sonic the Bumhog 3. Although I will say, Sonic the Bumhog 3 was an instant enjoyable film. Watch it 7 billion times. Because it's just so funny and strange in how much they completely messed up with that film. It's amazing, and this one's even more so. The things that they get right and wrong. Oh dear. But yeah. So. I suppose that's all we have to say about. Actually, no. There's one last thing. There's one last thing, and in regards with the main villains, they're fine. They were one of the greatest. They were one of the most accurate things to come out of the adaptation process, but. At the same time, something got lost at some point. You see, they at points in the original source had more sort of comical moments. Well, we more like sort of they sort of came they were intimidating, but also like there were points where silly things happened and they reacted to them with the most deadpan expressions you could most deadpan reactions you could ever see from anyone. But it sort of got lost at some point, and they're kind of maybe a bit dull or something. But overall, it was a nice film. Yeah, no, it was nice. It was nice. Mm. We're gonna have to talk about the next entry at some point, aren't we? Not now. Not now. Just sometime later. Sometime.